Good evening. Today is Friday, August 31st. My name is Stephanie Simone, and this video is for Schools and Society for Franciscan University of Steubenville. The field-based activity, or FBA, which I will be reflecting upon for the purposes of this video, is what can I do as a teacher to prepare my students to acquire the skills they will need for future employment in a global world and become more adept at civil discourse in dealing with disputes rather than be polarized. The research on how teachers can help students acquire the skills they will need for future employment consists of engaging students in problem-based collaborative learning, as well as getting them working in society while in high school so that they can learn those skills. Technology is also another tool that is widely suggested to prepare students for the future. Sir Ken Robinson says we need to change the education paradigm because schools are stifling creativity, collaboration, etc. This is in Changing Education Paradigms 2012 on YouTube. Other research says teachers need to be better educated and trained themselves to be able to teach students 21st century skills, such as with technology. And this is by Hedberg 2011 in the Educational Media International Journal. And finally, Dr. Tony Wagner states that students are being shortchanged by testing, standardized testing especially. He notes 7 skills students need for their future. This question is especially important and relevant to me because I currently work on the transition team in the special education department at PA Cyber. My field sponsor, Becca Cirilli, also feels the same way because she is the academy leader of my team within our department. She also previously worked as a transition liaison while working as a special education instructional supervisor. She could not be present for this video today due to the work demands of the week. However, she did provide me with her written responses to my 3 questions. So, the questions I proposed, as well as Mrs. Cirilli's responses, are as follows. As an academy leader, in what ways do you believe you are preparing teachers to help students acquire the necessary skills that they will need for future employment in a global world? She responded, as administration at PA Cyber, we have recently implemented a transition module for all teachers to complete online in our department in order for them to understand the history of transition in special education, as well as how to write an exemplary transition IEP and example transition activities for students with various disabilities. She first and foremost believes that it is essential for teachers to assist and support students realistically for their future endeavors, especially in special education. After determining an appropriate transition plan, teachers must then take the necessary steps to accommodate students and set them up with activities that will provide them with 21st century skills, such as part-time employment, workshops, vocational schools, etc. My next question was, what skills do you believe students need for future employment, as well as to become more adept at civil discourse and dealing with disputes? Becca stated that she believes the skills that are needed for future employment are communication, collaboration, technological skills, self-advocacy, problem-solving, and critical thinking skills. She also mentioned creativity and independence as essential components for students to acquire for their future living and the job market. The final question I asked Becca was, what do you feel is the biggest emerging or constant challenge in education? She wrote that she believes an emerging and constant challenge in education is to keep students engaged and motivated to learn. An attitude of lifelong learning is important for the future of our world. She also communicated that this pertains to the technology and curriculum, as well as the approach teachers are utilizing. As far as my own personal teaching goals are concerned, I plan to incorporate more varieties of technology into my teaching, as well as engaging students in real-life experiences through my lessons. And finally, to make my students more aware of 21st century skills, what they are, why they're necessary, and how they relate to their future living and their careers. I thank you for watching, and I hope this was informative.